write, read. If the president were here, one of his greatest strengths is reading. That's one of the reasons why he's a good communicator, why he's such a good writer. He's a voracious reader. So we're trying to get our girls, no matter what, to love reading and to challenge themselves with what they read, not just read the gossip books, but to push themselves beyond and do things that maybe they wouldn't do. So I would encourage you all to read. Just keep reading. And writing is another skill. It's practice. The more you write, the better you get. Drafts. Our kids are learning. The first draft means nothing. You're going to do 7, 10 drafts. That's writing. It's not failure. It's not the teacher not liking you because it's all marked up in red. When you get to be a good writer, you mark your own stuff in red, and you rewrite, and you rewrite, and you rewrite. That's what writing is. And if you come out with those skills, and then you're confident, and you can articulate, and you can stand up straight and look anybody in the eye and say, this is who I am, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Welcome to Journalism Made Easy series. We will master the art of crafting book reviews in this episode. We will learn the art of writing the review of a book using 2 international bestsellers, a novel and a self-help book. The novel is written by Paulo Coelho, a Brazilian novelist. The name of the internationally popular novel is The Alchemist. And the international bestseller self-help book is authored by Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The Alchemist was written in 1988. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People was published in 1989. A journalist is a voracious reader. A journalist should know something of everything.
I just read and read and read. I probably read 5 to 6 hours a day. I don't read as fast now as when I was younger, but I read 5 daily newspapers. I read a fair number of magazines. I read 10Ks. I read annual reports, and I read a lot of other things too. So I've always enjoyed reading. I love reading biographies, for example.
The 3rd President of America, United States, Thomas Jefferson, declared, he said, I cannot live without books. The 33rd President of America, Harry S. Truman, said, not every reader is a leader, but every leader must be a reader.
And as I was growing up, my father always would buy us books. And I believe a home filled with books is a beautiful home. And even to this day, I am always downloading books. I am always reading books. My home is full of books, and with my loved ones, we spend a lot of time reading together. When I was raising my kids, when they were younger, we would do reading nights. And when we would do family outings, a lot of times we would actually go to the bookstore and we would leave with, these armloads of books back when those terrestrial books were even more popular than they now are.
Reading is an absolute requirement for anyone taking up a profession in the field of journalism. One of the most known poets in Malayalam, in Kerala, who is no more, Kunyunni Marsh. He said, grow red, you will flower. Grow unred, you will wither. If you go back into the life of the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi, we know the turning point in his life was the reading of a book. Book written by John Ruskin. The name of the book is Unto This Last. It was after reading this book that Gandhiji launched a newspaper, Indian Opinion.
Is reading a book is nothing more than having a conversation with the author. And you can spend your evenings or mornings or afternoons or lunchtimes connecting with the greatest minds who have ever graced the planet.
The great writer in English literature, Francis Bacon, said, some books are to be tasted, others to be swallowed, few to be chewed and digested. He also said, reading maketh perfect man, conference a ready man, writing an exact man.
When you are reading a 50-page book or a 100-page book or a 200-page book by an icon of business or science or creativity or humanity or fitness, they are summarizing the best information they've learned over a lifetime of their rise to world class in their book. You really do collapse the timeline and you really do save tremendous amounts of effort that you would have otherwise had to expend.
A journalist is a writer. A journalist is a wordsmith. A journalist is a person with a gift of the gab. A journalist cannot survive with verbal gymnastics. A journalist can survive only with authoritative and accurate information.
We face adversity. We stumble. We get misunderstood. A lot of times we doubt ourselves. Can I really do it? We lose energy because life has all these distractions. But when I read, because I read the right books, I read the books of brave leaders. I read books that fuel my joy. I read books that sustain me. And what I'm trying to suggest to you on this final point is when you read books of great leaders, when you read books on productivity, when you read books on leadership, when you read books on lives legendarily lived, it sustains your hope. It reminds you that life is full of ups and downs. It reminds you that the very journey of being human has these unexpected twists.
The book review should become a feature. How can the book that a journalist reads be presented before the readers, before the viewers? I can explain to you what should be the content of a book review, talking from the perspectives of 4 C's. The first C is curiosity arousal. Second C, contextualization of content. Third C, critique. And fourth C, comparison. The first responsibility of the review writer is to arouse curiosity in the reader, in the viewer, to read this new book going to be introduced. How can the curiosity arouse? Curiosity can be created first and foremost with a catchy headline. For example, one of the most popular novels, translated into 68 languages in different parts of the world, is The Alchemist. Alchemist was written originally in Portuguese. So what is the headline going to be given for the novel The Alchemist? In pursuit of personal legend. The explanation of the headline is given in the strapline. The Alchemist, written by the Brazilian novelist Paulo Coelho, is a story of a shepherd boy, Santiago, on a risky route, encountering a series of setbacks in search of a treasure, passionately in love with his dream. So this is a story of a shepherd boy who is enamored by a dream. And what is the dream about? A child appears to him in the dream and tells him about a treasure in Egypt, in the pyramids. And Santiago is a boy from a very ordinary background, a shepherd boy in Spain, in a village setting, taking care of the sheep. This dream is prophetic. This dream is telling you that you must give up what you are now. And you should move towards a big treasure that is awaiting for you. And he decides to sell off his sheep and leave his homeland, his native place, what he is familiar with, what he is used to, in search of the treasure. Will he discover that treasure? That is the suspense of this novel. Was it a very rosy journey? It was a thorny path. Will he find the way alone? He was also attracted by a smart girl, Fatima. Will he give up his dream? Will he take a deviation because of the attraction that he had for this girl, this infatuation? This is the storyline of this novel. When this novel is presented before the readers, the suspense should be sustained.
I can be having a day where, you know what, I'm not on the top of my game, and I just make the time to read a book, and it gives me this burst of fire in the belly to give me another 2 or 3 hours of creativity or productivity.